Hi. I was inspired by this beautiful drive, and I get messages and insights, and there's been plenty. I feel super blessed. I made a choice to stay in Australia, and although I'm quite by myself, which I've been doing for 2 years, there's a new level of insecurity, and I'm so blessed being by Australians who are like used to be in the moment, and yeah, life goes on, nothing changes. So I'm really happy to be here in this good vibes, and I wanted to share something because I have a lot of people asking me like, I'm at home or I'm in quarantine, and it's kind of a bit like your lifestyle, right? It's what you do, travel alone, like being in a house sometimes for weeks. How do you do it? Or I get bored, I've been sitting home, I'm always sitting. So I get these questions from all around the world, so I wanted to make a short Facebook Live about it. Maybe off context, I'm a marketeer. I studied economics, and marketing is very simple. I don't know if marketing is people don't buy rationally, you probably know that. Though we think we do, we humans, we buy very emotionally. So, the golden number is marketing is 4 to 6. 4 to 6 times, if someone sees it, a brand, and there's an emotion, then every time people want to go for that emotion or feel that emotion, they think about the brand. It's a thing in the brain. So, like, yeah, Coca-Cola has always been very good. Every time at Christmas, the Coca-Cola, and then that cozy feeling. And what happens if you see these commercials often enough? You drive home and you think, oh, I want this cozy Christmas feeling, the whole table of people, snow, ringing bells. You have a Coca-Cola. Because the brain thinks that emotion is the Coca-Cola. So marketing, that's what marketing essentially does. So 4 to 6 times. And I have a mentor in Belgium, I'm a psychologist, and I was like in a non-healthy way. Everything is a learning curve, but I was in something for a long time. And somehow, because I learned to feel something new with a specific person, every time I wanted to feel that, I would think about this person or the other way around. So it almost got addictive. So this is the same system. So my psychologist would ask me, how many times have you thought about something today? I don't know what we discussed last time. He asked me the question, how many times today did you have that thought? And I was like, 2-3 times or something. And he said, oh, that's okay. So I don't know what numbers he uses, but it's also that marketing thing. You see, if you're falling in love, you know that feeling of being in love and thinking about someone? It's not always the healthy way of falling in love. It's often when someone is closed. And then dynamics happen. So look at it this way. If you meet a person and your body can start reacting to this person because you're falling in love, this means our mind has an impact on the body, and it's doing things. And waving. So if we're falling in love and suddenly we think about this person, or we're breaking up, our body reacts to thoughts. Because when we change the thoughts, sometimes changes the reality in the body. Now, in this whole marketing is communication. It's motivating people to act, to do things. I compare it a lot with Tantra. In Tantra, which is making love, which is connecting consciously, there's something called consent. Every person has the right to take inside of our bubble thoughts or emotions. It's like driving across the street and there's 15 marketing advertising panels. That's 15 things that come in even if you don't look at it. And in my belief, consent these days is being fragilely broken. If I go in Spotify and I see corona. And if I go on Instagram and I see corona, that's not consent anymore. How many times a day is this word coming in your mind? Check it. And with all good intentions, it is important for people who communicate in such a global level to know the importance of communication 4 to 6 times. Because there's a second thing. Communication is one thing, but our body adds an emotion to a thought. So if people are talking about corona and I see all people and they mean very, very well, but the communication is just, if it's linked to war, people in the front line, that's not okay. Why? Why would you link something like this where people are a bit of to words like war? War is war movies. It's pain, it's loss, it's death. War movies. Many people I know from conscious communities just stopped watching movies. Because if you see what's happening 4 to 6 times a day, the word corona is linked to even feelings of war or scenes and people dying. And why? What if there's another way? I'm not saying shut up, but I'm saying, one, there should be some kind of consent. People are now quarantined. They need to go online. If I connect via WhatsApp, luckily WhatsApp is still safe. But if I go on Instagram, Facebook, if I go on Spotify, I don't know, YouTube, but all I'm seeing is corona, corona, and I didn't retrain my brain. Meaning, I link corona to war. Meaning, my body links that to death, to pain, to loss. It's gonna go in the survival control mode. It's gonna create tension. We want the opposite. To prevent it. Storytelling tells. I am immune. I will never get to corona. Every single person I see on the street, I send them from my heart. You're immune. Even if the corona butterfly passes, you're immune. I see corona as a beautiful butterfly. I did a similar thing 2 years ago in my tantric practices with the vagina. Vagina is a lot in porn and it's about often pain and hurting people, and I didn't resonate with the word vagina. If I thought about it. So the tantric world uses a word called yoni, and I re-anchored, and now when I hear the word yoni, which is actually the same as vagina, it's like, for me, it's this beautiful flower of love and soft and warmth. I got to rewire what for me the most intimate part of my body is, the vagina or yoni. So I ask upon you, if you want to prevent, if you want to feel good, if you want to help other people, start by rewiring that word. 1, consent. If you see it, be conscious. Oh, I see it, tick it. Oh my God, I saw this word in 10 different channels. What channels are bringing this word to me? Be so conscious about it. And take in, anchor that word and make it pretty. I'm immune. I love this little butterfly. It makes me conscious of my body. If I'm a channel, no butterfly can stick. We're 90% water. Get the right information. Get the right information about our bodies. Be curious. If your throat, if you see, do the test. If 10 people tell you, oh, corona, you're gonna start coughing. I've seen literally every person, including me. We talk about it and suddenly the throat low. Of course we're gonna cough. Because it's like our body, you cannot do this, we're controlling it. And then boom. It's really simple. Our bodies are really, really simple. I passed next to the hospital today. There's less cars than the last days, which is really